back to another Short and Sweet, where the reviews are short.
And it's really sweet that they shared it with us.
It's really sweet that we have the 10 and 12 year of the Jack Daniel's 10 and 12 year, batch 2 and batch 3.
Mm-hmm. So whenever they released the 12 year in 2023, we were actually lucky enough to be invited down for like a press day. And that was our first time at the distillery, and we got to wander around and see all the grounds, which are beautiful, and then we got to taste the 10 year for the first time, but also the 12 year, which was being released, and that was really fun.
Well, we had actually tried the 10 year before, batch 1, but yeah, not the current batch we hadn't tried
Correct.
before. Okay, gotcha.
So the 10 year, batch 3, as you said, 97 proof, retails for $85. The 12 year, batch 2, retails for $95, 107 proof.
Solid proofs.
Solid ages.
Great prices. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for sure. Hard to find for us, at least here in Kentucky. But
you know how we do, like, normally when we say our age calculation, age to price calculation, $10 per year, roughly. Again, that's very rough, but when we get to some of these older things, 10 year product for $85, that's a little under.
Completely.
Same thing with the 12 year, under.
Right.
Which,
under,
you know,
yeah.
I'm happy to see that 107
Absolutely.
proof, but also under $100. We like that. Now, will you be able to find them?
And I was also just going to throw this out there because it does annoy some people. They're 700 milliliter bottles instead of the 750. Now they have gone to the 700 mils.
Get out.
But it is their typical Jack Daniel's mash bill, 80% corn, 12% malted barley, and 8% rye. Of course, it's run through the normal Lincoln County process and then into a toasted and charred barrel where it's put up top for a little while and then it's brought back down to further mature. So, you know, it's not all 10 or 12 years up at the very top.
Gotcha.
But it's also not all 10 or 12 years down at the very bottom, like you see in a lot of older aged whiskeys.
It's the Goldilocks.
Goldilocks rule.
The middle, just right.
So we're starting with the 10 right here.
I just think the noses on these are great.
A little peanut buttery.
I mean, I get a hint of the nutties that you're talking about, but I'm getting more of those like caramelized sugars, a little bit of orange zest.
I was gonna say tobacco, but honestly, it sort of reminded me more of smoke.
It's like firewood smoke.
Cigarette.
Okay.
We'll go with firewood smoke.
Well, you know, cigarettes also use tobacco, right?
Well, I know that's why, but it brought up that. You know, usually when you're saying, "Oh, I get tobacco," it's like leaf tobacco, pipe tobacco, but a cigarette.
I don't think cigs is the best nosing.
No, it just brought it up. I'm not saying it smells like cigarettes.
Which size?
Calm down.
Wait, which one's which? Well, here I am nosing the wrong one. I don't know why I started there. No wonder we're not getting the same thing. I was like, what are you talking about? This is the one that this is the droid you're looking for.
Okay.
Got it.
Here we go again.
Okay, I'm on the same page now. I mean, I do get that hint of smoky char.
Nuttiness. That's enough smelling. We got 2 to drink here, so to your health. Whoa.
For 97 proof, that still packs a bit of a punch.
Yeah, and I get a little bit of peanut butteriness in there.
But you do get that charred wood
Definitely.
smoke.
There is some smoke in
firewood.
there. There's some oak in there. Pretty good texture on this guy. Sarah's going in for a second sip. Decently long finish and a nice little hug off that 97 proofer.
There's a little pepper in there too, which I think is nice. Especially that charred oak, that like smoky oak, and the pepper give you a little bit of a drier finish than what I would like, but see, I also wonder if I'm a little bit off on the 10 year now because I've already nosed the 12 year and I feel like...
Sure. Well, yeah, it is a little bit of a dry rub type of finish. I still think it's a pretty decent, mouthfeel.
Honestly, the hug is nice too.
Yeah, the hug's real nice.
For a 97 proofer. Age-wise, I think we're getting about what I would expect with that, again, that charred, oak smoke.
For sure. Well, we're getting ready to move on to the 12, but before we do, we want to tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the t-shirt that I'm wearing. The sweatshirt, that's not really a sweatshirt, it's a hoodie that you're wearing, Sarah. It has a hood, that's how you know. The Glencairns that we're drinking from are water glasses, all of our glassware, including our Copitas and Rocks glasses, challenge coins, bottle cut candles, our elemental elixir syrup, and more always coming soon at whiskyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight, the slash is a word, and join our community for as little as $1 a month, and that is where we release our exclusive barrel picks, opportunities to participate in barrel picks, discounts on that merch Chad was talking about, after the episode specials, and more.
Here's a 12 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, I think this has more of that nuttiness that you were talking about on it, but it's also got oak and I think like cherry and orange zest. It smells like a really, really great old fashioned to me. And like caramelized sugars. It's like, this is more true to a Jack Daniel's nose, I think, as well. Whereas this one which doesn't make any sense, but because this one's older, so I would think this would have more smoke and oak.
Because it's more outside of the norm of what
and
they
it's higher
normally
proof.
are.
I don't know.
Huh.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting more stone fruit, maybe a little cola.
That's a good note. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like those caramelized, sugar, syrupy. I think it's like a cola note.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get to tasting. To your health again.
Vanilla, like I said before, with the cola and the oak and everything that I said
For
on
sure,
the nose,
the cola note, yeah.
coming through with a little bit of pepper.
Mm-hmm. Drier.
I get the very initial, like that sweet, instead of saying like caramel and vanilla, I would say cream soda.
Cream soda.
Cream soda.
We have a cream soda.
I mean, it's in there. It's not gonna be the only thing that you get, but I'm still getting pepper, oak, cherry.
Yes.
You know, all those things that I talked about on the nose, a little bit of orange zest, but like that first bit of sweetness, and it kind of honestly comes back on the finish, cream soda.
If I were trying these blind, I don't know if I would say one of these is higher proof than the other.
Oh, I definitely would say that this one's higher.
Really?
proof. Yes.
Well,
I'll go back.
I feel like the 10 is more peppery.
It is more peppery.
It maybe punches above its proof class, while I feel like the 12 is maybe punching a little bit lower. I would almost call them even.
Okay, if you go back to the 10, on the palate, you can tell that it's lower proof, but on the finish, it is harder to tell because that pepper really amps up.
Yeah, good call.
And mouthfeel-wise, the 12 has it. But I'm gonna say that's
Agreed
because
there.
it has less water added, you know?
Mm-hmm. Both a little bit dry, but I think it's that oak.
There's a
Yeah,
little bit
you know,
of
Jack
that.
Daniel's was kind of engineered to be at that lower age, so these experiments with letting them go longer,
I'm a big fan.
you know. The 12-year batch 1, which came out 2023, spoiler alert if you haven't seen our best of the year episode, but it came in number 3, blind. So we are fans of the 12-year.
We do like the 12-year.
Now,
Whether or not
we
this
picked
is...
the 10 or the 12 in 2023 to see which one would go in blind. We like the 12 over the 10. Here, I think I would still pick the 12,
I
but
agree.
I feel like it's a lot closer between batch 2 and batch 3 of the 12 and the 10.
I would say that's a fair assessment.
Mm-hmm.
I would still pick the 12, though.
Yeah.
And not just because it's older. Like I said, I think actually the 10-year is presenting more of what I would expect. It's coming across as more charred oak smoke, which in my brain means it might be older, but I like the balance better in the 12-year, actually. So it's not just which one's appearing older, and so I like it because it's older. Actually, I don't like that much oak, so
Yeah.
for me,
No,
that's
I see
actually
ya.
kind of off.
Yeah. So unless we can find a full bottle, which we will be on the lookout for, but if not, we're going to have to keep the rest of this sample here to represent itself in the 2024 blind best of the year contention.
And we recognize that we're very lucky to have even just these samples.
Absolutely.
When some folks out there won't have any samples.
That's very correct, Sarah. Self-discipline right here
Kent.
to not drink this
Don't do it.
for the rest of the year, another 11 months.
Well, this one we can drink.
All right, well, hey, that's where we better leave it. If you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Jack Daniels. Until next time, drink more whiskey.